What's up, guys? Another Starseed video here. It's a little bit late night for me right now, so I thought I'd do this one off the dome. Today's video is just going to be about being lost in life, or at least not knowing where you're going. And this is for everybody, but I just want to talk from like the perspective of from a young man, and just maybe try and relate to another young man or another young woman, or just anybody in life that's just feeling lost right now, and feels like they have no direction. I recently had a conversation with one of my really good friends, almost from like childhood type shit, and he's just kind of saying, not to get too deep and put his stuff out there, but he's saying like he feels like he's being left behind, and that he feels as though it'll just be another statistic and we're getting taxed crazily while these millionaires make money off our backs and everything. And I severely relate to that. I just relate to feeling lost in general. Maybe not right now at this very moment. I have some things that I'm looking forward to and I'm working towards, but I definitely have felt lost in the past, and I just want to say straight off the bat, like, that's okay. It is okay to be lost sometimes. What's not okay is to just stay lost. If you want to stay lost, stay stagnant, stay where you are. It may be uncomfortable. Like, let's say you're in a forest. Let's give it an allegory. Let's say you're in a forest and you're lost, and you're like looking through these woods and everything, and you're like sitting there and you're fearful, you're afraid, and you don't know what to do. You don't exactly know where you're supposed to be going. But if you just sit there and you sit where you are most comfortable in that woods, you're probably not the most comfortable in the woods, but if you're just sitting where you are and seeing things that are familiar to you, then you may never get out those woods. You may die in those woods, and if you really push yourself to get uncomfortable and look for a way out, you may not find the way out. You may, like, right away, you may not get out the woods right then, but eventually you may be able to get out the woods. You just have to be able to take that chance. You have to be able to give yourself that opportunity to be uncomfortable and find those spaces where you may not know what's going to happen. You may not know what the end goal is, but as long as you put that one foot forward in front of another every single time, you'll be in a different place, or even a better place than you were had you not. So I just feel like a lot of young men especially are very lost in today's society. Not to get too deep into what my current endeavors are, but I see a lot of young men paying for this woman's OnlyFans. I know a lot. I know an OnlyFans star, and I see a lot of her content. It's gonna sound weird, but like, it's not like I'm like watching that content. I mean, technically I am, but it's not like I'm, watching that content. I just happen to be very close to this person, and I'm seeing all these young men in her DMs, in her OnlyFans, and I'm not saying not to. Like, if that's your prerogative, that's what you want to do, by all means, go ahead. I'm not trying to shame you or say anything, but us men, we used to be like, it might be a meme or a joke, but we really did used to be like kings and conquerors back in the day, and now we're spending our hard-earned money, our hard-earned cash, just to see some ass. And to me, that's sad. I don't understand why. Listen, I'm not the most like beautiful person in the world. I'm not the most good looking person in the world. I'm not a model or anything, but what I do have is confidence. And that confidence to go up and just talk to a woman, or talk, even if you're gay or whatever you're into, talk to the person that you want to interact with and see where it takes you. The worst that can be said is actually no. Well, I'm lying. They could try and grill you, but that just would show you that they weren't the person for you anyway, because a person for you would not be unkind and rude. So it's just, I see it all the time, and I'm seeing a lot of weaker men now in our age, in our day and age, and it's kind of eye-opening to me, because I want us men to like be more than we are now. I want us to be strong and resilient, and I understand not every man is going to be like that. Some will be stronger than others. Shit, I'm not one of the strongest men out here. And it is very okay to, you know, be vulnerable too. I'm not saying being strong all the time is not being vulnerable. I'm saying that as men, we have to tighten up in our society, and that we can't sit there. I understand like society is like, I guess, kind of pinned against us. I know this is kind of getting into a ramble about men, but this will be just a little short snippet to the men out there. But we have to figure out ways to stop blaming society and stop blaming women and these other factors of why I'm not getting pussy, I'm not getting what I want. That's how you become a fucking incel, like, or these other ways of blaming something else for what we can actually change as like people. And it's just, you know, it's sad that I don't like to blame things, because I'm not a victim, me personally. I'm not a victim of anything. Everything just happens to be of circumstance, and whatever cards I'm dealt, I have to, you know, play those cards. I don't know if anybody is like big into gambling here, but I'm a pretty big gambler, I'm not gonna lie. So me personally, I'm always gonna take that chance. I am always gonna take that chance. I'm always gonna roll the dice. I'm always gonna see what the flop is for the cards. So you can never just sit there. You can't go to I mean, you can, but they'd probably kick you out. You can't go to a poker table and then you get the cards and be, oh, you're cheating. You want me to lose. You know that. You go into a casino and there's literally a saying called "the house always wins." You know they're trying to cheat you out the system, so you just have to play the game. If you're feeling lost, though, I would say try and find something that you're very passionate about, or try and find different hobbies or things that interest you, and try and delve deeper into those things, because those endeavors, those passions, those, I guess, quote unquote side quests, they may lead you to bigger and better things, and they may take you to things that you may never even know, you know? So don't sit here and think you have to be lost. It's okay to be lost in the moment. Some days I wake up and I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but I'm trying to stay consistent. Maybe write your days out. Maybe schedule a planner, give yourself a calendar. It's very easy to get lost in the monotony of just days going by and the days melding in one to another, and you go from Monday to Sunday and nothing changes. And we get in this, especially if you have a job, like, it's hard, because day after day after day, it's wake up, work, go to sleep, or try and, I guess, fill in that small space before you go to sleep and after you get off work of things that you got to do, like getting groceries or cleaning your house or other responsibilities or errands. And then the most fucked up thing is with these jobs is you have to request off from your own you have to request off for your own time, which is insane. What if, knock on wood, well, God forbid, anybody in your family dies, and then you have to tell them, you have to tell a person in your office or wherever you're at, this person passed away, I need time off to go, mourn, which is insane to me. I don't want to have to ask and I don't have to ask somebody for my own time to mourn. It just sounds crazy. I just want to be able to do that in my own solitude, and I feel like I should be afforded that luxury. But there's a lot of things that, as humans, in the society that we live in with the governments and everything, and I'm not opposed to government. I believe a lot of times we need the government, but there's certain side effects to that as well, having a government, and there's certain side effects to not having a government, so you just have to pick your poison. But at the end of the day, like, just going back to being lost, you don't have to be lost, and I keep reiterating that because you don't have to. It's okay to stay lost right now, but you don't have to be lost. And if you're feeling lost right now, come with me on this journey. Come with my man's Jamel on this journey. Find somebody that you really resonate with and go on their journey, and maybe you can tag along on their journey and they can show you how to not be lost. Tag along on your favorite YouTuber, your favorite athlete, and get inspired. Find that motivation, and then find that discipline and consistency to keep yourself from being lost, because if you just stay there, it's gonna be a hell of a feeling, hell of a night, hell of a day. It's gonna be bad, and it just creates this negative feedback loop of you not feeling good, and you don't want to do anything to get out of it. You don't have the motivation to do it. You don't have the consistency, the discipline to do it, and you stay in this place of complacency and aloneness and just all these different negative emotions, and it bubbles up and bubbles up and bubbles up. And so, last bit of advice I would give is just to find something that inspires you, and I hope on this channel I inspire and I make a difference. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching. It's been Starseed, and I hope you guys have a great day.